Gilles Deleuze thinks that when we talk about film, we are actually talking about philosophy. In his 2 volumes on cinema, Deleuze regards cinematographic consciousness as a new type of philosophy through studying and investigating how cinema produces and applies new concepts to spur us to perceive and interact with the world from different aspects and provides a model of scene philosophy. This video essay is to analyze and briefly conclude what time is and what it has to do with movement image and time image. On the whole, Deleuze's methodology is to distinguish movement image from time image to reveal how time is represented by images. The term montage is always closely related to conceptions of time. However, Einstein explained that montage can not only limit itself to being a simple juxtaposition of parts because time is not the juxtaposition of instants, and Pasolini also granted montage the power to achieve time by making the present past. The image of the whole cannot be represented just depending on single movement provided by montage. Therefore, the alternative between montage and shot becomes a new indirect representation of time. What between time and movement is a mutual two-way relationship. On the one hand, time subordinates to movement through the intermediary of montage. That is to say, images are in the present, presupposing that time is a measure of movement. On the other hand, according to Deleuze, movement itself must be normal to act as the measure of time. By normal movement, Deleuze means any movement that can be related to a center. A center helps the movement to be observable and therefore measurable. Through the flow of movements, spectators are able to perceive indirect time. However, there naturally exists a kind of movement which, according to Deleuze, frees time from subordination and gives it a chance to surface directly, and it is so-called aberrant movement. A direct presentation of time is not perceived by stopping or fixing the image, which is hard to deal with in cinema, because aberrant movement speaks up for an interiority of time that it presents to us directly, on the basis of the disproportion of scales, the dissipation of centers, and the false continuity of the images themselves. When Deleuze finds that indirect image of time is contradicted, the idea that time images appear as direct images rises using the term crystal image, through which actual and virtual images exchange and become autonomous and independent of movement. It is to be found in all types of environments and expressed in all kinds of screen conditions. Deleuze refers to Bergson's 4 diagrams to discuss about different aspects of the time image. The first diagram, the circuit, where the past is present but is in fact altered by its present state, Deleuze discusses about a psychological issue of perception, the double-linked movement of creating and destroying. The circuit of exchange between actual and virtual image creates new time images and different types of narrative strategies. In the second diagram, the inverse cone, Deleuze illustrates a topological movement which presents various circuits of the virtual and actual expanding outwards. The third diagram, the disymmetrical jets, introduces the split of time into disymmetrical jets. The split into new pathways is setting itself out or enrolling itself, which supports further film analysis. The fourth diagram, the event, follows Bergson's 4th schema of time, where the event is given value through a graphical method of memory intersecting with history, and history is constituted through the organization of language and ideas, in which time has become the event. This is the logic of a threefold present, containing the present of present things, the present of past things, and the present of future things, which gives narration a new value. The diagram indicates what the value of the event is and how it is created on screen. To conclude, in Gilles Deleuze's theory, movement image derives from the concept of early films, presenting the concept of time in an indirect way. The montage method connects conflicts that occur in various movements, and time image represents the concept of contemporary films, which includes expressiveness of time itself.